I'm Kell Brook, the IBF World Welterweight Champion, and you're watching Behind the Glove.
Hey fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I am with George Groves, who just wrapped up your media workout here in Los Angeles. Time's coming. It's almost there. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm ready to fight. I've been ready to fight for a long time. We've been out here in the States for well over a month now. I think 5-6 weeks. So I knew this period would feel like it's dragging. And for me, as I say, it's nice to come down to LA to talk a little bit, do something a little bit different. But just counting down the seconds now until September 12th.
This is your third attempt at a world title. Do you feel pressure from that to, like, I got to do this, I have to deliver?
Oh yeah, every fight you feel pressure. Every fight, it's the same pressure as the last, if not more, because every fight feels more important than the last. My first fight back after losing my last world title challenge, there was a lot of pressure there, a lot more than it feels this time around, to be honest. So I feel like I'm in a good place. I feel like I've had plenty of time to prepare physically. Mentally, I've never really needed to prepare too much. We're in a real good place, and as I say, we just really can't wait to fight.
So have you heard the recent comments from Carl Froch? He's really pulling for you. He says that he does want to see you, and he hopes that you win this and take the belt home. Is there still some sort of weird bad blood between you guys, or was it all really just because of the fight and it was for show?
No, I mean, I come under a bit of criticism lately because people said, Carl Froch is retired, are you going to be friends? And I said, well, probably not, no, just because we're two different people who are we're not in sync with each other. We don't have any common interests. We had no friendship before the rivalry, and I don't think we're going to have a friendship after, which is totally fine with me. I'm sure it's fine with him.
But were you surprised that he was, rooting for you?
I mean, if I'm truly honest, no, of course not. He works. He's a pundit on Sky. He's there. He's going to have to say nice things about me. So, fair play to Carl. He's done that. That's great. Thanks, Carl. It's nice. I think, thanks.
Should you defeat Badou Jack and take the belt home, what other names are on your radar?
There's plenty on my radar, but I don't really want to talk about it because I've got to concentrate on winning this fight. Don't want to ever look past it. All I can really say is that I need to go in there and perform, and I want to announce myself as the best in the division. No doubt I'll come under a bit of spotlight after the fight. If I box really well, people are still going to say, "Oh, you need to fight that guy or that guy," and then I'm willing to take on anyone. I feel I'll beat anyone in the division. So I'm looking forward to being part of the big fights. But for now, of course, just got to concentrate on winning that WBC.
So here, media day, what's the difference to you between back home and here? I mean, in comparison.
The big shows, we might go to a shopping centre, and usually the TV network will take the lead, and we have a little shake and bake, and then we have a little chat after, and then we do a few interviews, and usually sneak straight out. But he's got a great setup out here. This I don't think it's close to the public, but it's more for press and media. It's not really a public workout. It's more of a media workout, but it's good fun. It's good. It's good. It's such a good turnout. I wouldn't expect anything else being part of a Mayweather card, Mayweather's last fight. So it's nice. It's nice to see everyone to have a chat and meet journalists who I can see the equivalent of the equivalent of these people back in the UK. And like, oh, you remind me of such and such. Oh, yes, such and such. So
like the Cougans and James.
Yeah, exactly. So but it's nice that people ask me questions about my career, so they must know about my career. So whether I'm worthy of them doing a bit of research this morning or whether they know about me in general is great. So as I say, boxing out in the States, hopefully it will raise my profile out here. I'm looking forward to that. The undercard of the big shows can sometimes go under the radar, but everyone's excited about the undercard for this show, which is great. It's up to me and Badou to go out and perform, put on a show, and it's up to me to steal the show.
George, you coming into this, obviously, Badou is obviously going to be favored because of the fact that he's from America. Do you feel added pressure to have to get the knockout because in case it goes to the scorecards? Are you worried of maybe potentially a robbery happening?
No. You can't really go into a fight worrying about getting robbed. I don't think it's going to go 12 rounds, so we'll have to wait and see. But I've been the B side of a card a hell of a lot of times. I've been the away fighter. I've been the underdog. I've been the guy who doesn't think anyone stands a chance, and most of the time I've proved everyone wrong. So I have no worries about a box on a rival promoter show, being away from home, or even being the underdog because I've been there, I've done it, and I've proved that you can win plenty of times. And ultimately, this is a fight, and it's just a fight, and it's a fight where I'm in with someone who I truly believe isn't as good as me. And because of that, there's no excuse for me to not go out there and win and perform and box well. So I'm looking forward to it.
So I want to conclude. I just dropped it. There are 2 questions from the fight fans that I wanted to go ahead and ask you what they wanted to know. Now this is coming from Joey from Brighton, UK. Should you defeat Badou Jack, is a unification fight with James DeGale and Arthur Abram, does it appeal to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, any fight against a champion for another belt appeals. If it's a big fight, if it's a fight people get excited about, great. I don't want to look past Badou Jack. That's the important thing. But as I say, I want to announce myself as the best in the division, and then we'll leave it up to the general consensus of who that is, and if it's not me, then who do I need to fight to prove it is me? There's big names in my division. There's big personalities in my division, so we're capable of putting on big shows and entertaining for the boxing community. In the meantime, just got to win at WBC.
Next one is Badou thinks that you're going to tire out in the later rounds. Have you felt any improvements in fitness level since training in Big Bear? This is coming from Kamal in Reading, UK.
Well, if you look at my fights, it is now perceived that I have stamina issues that fade away in the second half of the fight. I think now I use that as an advantage because I don't know where that comes from, apart from either people on TV saying it who have an agenda for saying it, and then it sort of reverberates, and then everyone else thinks, oh, it must be true, this guy said it, let's carry on with it and really pick up on it. I beat James DeGale over 12 rounds, and there was 12 highly intense rounds, and that was when I was a pup. That was I think that was my first full 12 rounder, and I was only had like 12 fights. After the Carl Froch fight, second fight, I boxed Christopher Brass. That went 12 rounds. The guy has got a fantastic chin. I threw nearly 1,000 punches on him, and vast majority of them were power punches. For the full 12 rounds, didn't fade, didn't falter, because someone said something at the end of the fight. Oh, he looked like he was getting tired. Oh, he must have been getting tired, Joe. Even the Carl Froch fights, the first fight, I landed a hell of a lot of shots on him in the first 8 rounds, and you're never going to be as fresh as you are at the start as you will be at the end. You don't ask a marathon runner, at the end of his marathon, do you feel good? Do you want to go again? No, he doesn't. He's done his marathon. He's finished. So, I don't have any problems with stamina. And if I did, I've took myself to Big Bear. We've been out there. We're going to be out there for 7 weeks. It's 10,000 feet above sea level. I think it is hard to breathe. Sometimes you get up in the morning and it takes you a little while to adjust. Well, at least that's what it was like for the first week. Now we're flying through. We're doing 12 4-minute round sparring. We're doing hill sprints back to back. We're running hours on end. We're in a fantastic shape. The weight's good. Everything's good. I'd never want to go into a fight relying on the other guy's stamina, thinking, I hope he gets tired, because that's a dangerous game to play. It's not. You might plan to start conservatively and get on strong, but I'd never be worried and thinking, oh, I hope he gets tired, or using that as part of my game plan. He needs to get tired for me to get on and win this fight. We plan to set about Badou Jack from the very first second to the very last. We are conditioned mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, whichever way need be for that. And we just can't wait. We just can't wait. We're chopping back on training. We're holding back. We're in a fantastic place.
So I didn't even know this, but apparently you had sparred Triple G last year. Can you talk about a little bit about that? Because that's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was after getting KO'd.
He hit as hard as everyone says he does.
Oh yeah, he certainly can whack. We did a few rounds together. I had to cut it short, unfortunately, because we had a funeral to go to at home. But it was great experience for me. Once you get to my stage in my career, it's hard to find world class fighters to spar with. Gennady, his whole camp, his whole team, fantastic guys. They said, yeah, sure, come down. They put us up. They let us use the gym, and obviously we got some sparring out of it as well. Great guy, great fighter, can whack. I wish I was in better shape. It was literally my first spar back after getting KO'd by Froch. I was fat and out of shape, and he was about a week away from fighting. I think it was Gil or someone. So he was in good form. But a lovely guy. If he plans to stay at middleweight, might get some more sparring. If he plans to come up to middleweight, we might be fighting for real one day. So he's as I say, a lovely guy. We're using his gym. I think he's back in training now. He's got a big fight coming up. Looking forward to that fight. I think it'll be a good fight.
Can I ask you who you think wins that fight, Triple G or David Lemieux?
I think Triple G wins that fight. Not because I'm using his gym, but generally I think he's proved himself consistently at this level. It's a puncher's fight, and he's been guilty of getting caught from time to time. But they're always against not lesser men, but when he's fully in control of the fight, you will let your guard down a little bit. You will, take the odd shot. But he's never been in trouble. He's never been phased by anything. So I think Golovkin.
Many argue that because they feel like he's never actually faced as good competition as himself. Just like you were saying, it's hard for you to find a world-class fighter to spar with. Now, obviously, the winner of that fight is the mandatory for the winner of Cotto versus Canelo. So the last question to you is, who do you see winning that fight? And between Cotto Canelo, that winner, who do you see winning against Triple G?
I think that's a tougher one to call. I've been a fan of Cotto for an awful long time now, and Álvarez. I think he's a fantastic fighter. He's much more of a conventional style, but he's obviously got an awful lot of power. I feel he's the more natural fighter at that weight. I think that'll probably make a bit of a difference there. I think Cotto's obviously got the experience. He's been in there at the highest level for so long. But if you look at who would benefit more from winning, it's Álvarez, because he's got a much more longer career to go. I think that could be a defining moment. And if he wins, then I'll wait until that happens before I give a prediction on the final.
That's a tough one, right? Triple G versus Canelo. I wouldn't even know who to even pick.
Depends on the weight. Depends on the weight. If it's at middleweight, you'd favour Golovkin. If he was asked to take weight off, you'd wonder how that would affect him. He boxes so regularly that I can't imagine his weight fluctuating up and down like a lot of fighters do. It's an interesting one, a real interesting one. It'll be a great one to watch, definitely.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you want to get back to training and whatnot. Do you want to give a shout out to the fight fans? Any social media plug-in, anything where they can follow your career?
Yeah, tune in on the internet and you'll see. Just type in George Groves, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I can't remember which ones they are. I'm on Twitter, and tune in September 12th, and we're ready to rock. Hopefully, I can win over a few fans out here in the States.
Make sure you guys purchase that pay-per-view. Bye, fight fans. Hey, fight fans, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you download the Behind the Gloves app. It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.